Eli Lilly is fine. ISRG is fine. IBM had a sell signal here against 322 high right there. Starbucks is very choppy. I'm watching this one, but look at this nightmare since this Oracle had a sell, that. Yeah, we'll buy when weekly signal will fire on Oracle. I'll definitely put a put a spread on right away. There's nothing there yet, so I'm not gonna force anything. Honey has one, so looked at it yesterday. Might swing this one to the upside next week. Try to get up to this zone first. This will be the first, and this will be the second. Uh, this too against 189 low, so we can don't need to project anything to the upside because it's still got a work to do. Yeah, I might put this one along with Boeing and Disney that we opened 2 weeks ago against this. So we can get rid of this. So we focus on this and this one. We have two zones, two retracements to the upside. So I don't worry about anything else there. Focus is here. Weekly swing is up. So you got 3 week higher, 3 weeks bar. This was the inside week. Yeah, the inside week. 0.89% for the week. So there's a setup right here. Take a 200. We can do 202, 207. I don't know what the option chain, probably like 200, 210 spread. 210 is going to be more. You're going to go out than that. Going to deal with a negative theta. So this is a setup you can use on Monday as well. But the thing, the backed up chair facing the resistance here, the highs. Try to play this move from here to here. And if it clears this, and then this is the zone 2. This will come into a play once it clears this zone right there. Then you project upside. For now, for now it's only the retracements from this high to this low. Because I don't care about anything. These are all done. You just focus on a fresh signal where the retracements are. Well, we can know how the page method. Oh, nice. Holding here, good. Okay, that's good. Weekly looking good. Because I have Boeing and a Disney here. Yeah, we should get a honey on Monday at the open. Put with these two. So it moved a little slow, but at least has a pretty nice hook going to the upside here. So uh, yeah, I'm for a second. Hang on. So this is fine. You can look it up on Monday. FedEx is Mark is going. PG is still messy. Morgan Stanley is up. GM. Look at this, man. This is crazy. Still going. 55, almost 56% up year to date. Some of these signals, man, they run nice. MasterCard got them right there. MasterCard and Visa as well. They both work the same anyways. There's Visa here. Might get into the Visa as well. See? So from this high to this, so right at 353 right now. Basically into the second zone. Right there. This right. So from here, it can was over. Amazon's still under a sell here. The big is just there's we have a we have a trade open on this one. So I'm hoping Amazon this is the zone two breakout. So it's moving, but it's a grind. You know, I mean, it's up 2.27% for the week, up 5.98% for the year. So this is going to be the real test here, anyways. So we'll see. But if then there's a sell, then there's a new buy signal. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, weekly is like keep in mind that we're fighting this. Because the weekly is sitting under a sell signal. So the weekly sell signal invalidation is here at 251. So we're gonna do um, the weekly invalidation here. We can change this thing to daily invalidation here. So it doesn't matter now. You look it up on the daily time frame. Now you know that this high right there is the weekly invalidation for the sell signal. This one right here is the invalidation for the daily buy signal. So we're trying to fight this. The price has to go all the way up till here for this thing to hold, for that weekly to invalidate. You see, you have two different time frames. So this is exactly what I was talking about. This to this. We're trading this on with the option spread, not this one, because we took a daily signal. Weekly still has a sell, right? So two time frames, two accounts, two time frames. Walmart has a sell on a daily time. We're gonna go back to a weekly. And you gotta, it's just Uber has it. I'm watching this one. Um, Abby is it looks like some sort of a like triangle or something, I believe. Wave one, two, three, some sort of a choppy fourth wave. But if it breaks 237, yeah, then it will go. Clean, I mean, these are the ones that you don't really have to do much. Intel cell, I know that. This one is this one got even hit hard with that with the time signal as well on that. I had him on the golden side, so on the those the time signals that the golden signal I'm talking about. This one just I need a buy here. Then you know you gotta use move up here, Wells Fargo. Look at this stock, man. I was looking at it yesterday. Look at Citi. What the hell? Like, look, 71% for the year. This stock is going crazy this year. I do banking with Citibank over 25 years. What do we have? AIG. Oh boy. Medtronic got a sell signal last week. I looked it up. One or two. Nothing there. AMD had a sell signal. AMD just sideways for the last 5 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the 5 weeks. It's literally going side. Just, you know, killing time to end the year. Flat for the week, 0.73% down for the month. Yeah, it's sitting under a sell signal because that's where the pressure is. So it just, but going sideways. 5 weeks. Imagine sitting in a trade now for 5 weeks. Especially in this kind of volume days where there's hardly any volume, very thin volume. For 5 years, it's been sitting sideways. When the buy will come, and then we'll get AMD. Other than that, I'm not interested. I'm just strictly uh, focused on these the Comcast here. Focused on this. My risk goes on the board when I see a buy here. Until then, I don't care. Sit back and wait. I want to swing some the options and stuff, or the smaller option trades and stuff. I'll just look those ones up on a daily time frame. This one matters. Doesn't mean we trade options. Of course we do. Go get a sell signal here. Texas Instrumentus has a buy signal. Didn't really move in down 44. This is still active. Got two pullbacks here. But look at that. You have to look at the overall structure as well when you're looking at when you're trying to play the signal. So Microsoft has a sell signal, for a long time. Sometime since 11/3. Look what Microsoft is doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's your 5 weeks right there. More than a month. 1 month is 4 weeks. That's 5 weeks of price action right there of Microsoft. Yeah, because it's under pressure because of this. Stock will run when you get this. It doesn't mean that we're not gonna buy this. All of these cells that you're looking at here on a weekly are gonna turn into a buy signal when they will run their course. But that buy signal is gonna come in. I'm gonna jump on all of them one by one. When they're gonna trigger, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna find out every Monday at the open. Apple is fine. Oh, this is a one. Apple is gonna be due for a sell signal as well. But now you have to look at this. So we have Microsoft has been sitting since 11/3, right? Since November 3rd, under a sell signal. Apple haven't even got one yet. So Microsoft is running the course first, then the Apple. Remember, Apple's always going to be the last one to rise, and the last one to fall. And then you come here to NVIDIA. See, there's a very strong correlation between NVIDIA and Microsoft. I've been talking about this thing for a very long time, right? Look at this one on 11/10. This one was 11/03, but same week, because technically chart doesn't identically the same, but you can just call it like a first week of November. They both got a sell signal at the same time on the same weekly bar, right? And then nothing on Apple. You see those two right there are moving ahead of Apple. So they just hold this one, let the other two run the course. Then those two will turn around with the buy signal, and then this will get hit with a sell signal. You see that how everything like how it is split. So the other two will lift the market for sure because look at the market cap of Nvidia and Microsoft. These are the three top players. And then we have Google is fine as well. So we have Amazon, right? So let's go them the so you will this way you will remember. So Tesla, just nobody knows about this. Okay, fine. Doesn't have any sell signal on Tesla on a weekly, right? So there's nothing here. Nvidia sell, Apple nothing, Microsoft sell, Amazon sell, right? On a weekly time frame. Google nothing, Meta buy, right? It's been for 3 weeks now. And then Netflix sell, right? So which stock are we waiting to buy when the signal will trigger? One of them, this, this. And which are the ones they're going to get a potential sell signal next? This, this, this. So three are due for a sell, right? And three are due for a buy. Nvidia, Microsoft, and Amazon. And which one are due for a sell? Google, Apple, Tesla. You see how mixed bag 7 is? this is why this doesn't make the broad rally that everybody's hoping that these stocks are just all rip into the upside. They're not. It's a split. It's half, half, half running their course early. They turns around. Other half rolls over. This way it keeps the NDX float to the upside. It's a perfect example. You have a Microsoft and you have a Nvidia since November, first week of November, right? No, so first week of November, correct? Yeah, I was right. First week of 11/3, bottom right here, November. It's been down sideways, right? And same thing with Nvidia. So now they're gonna get the buy signal next. Well, I don't know when we're gonna get it, when we're gonna see it, then we're gonna get in. But not the Apple. You see, the other two is gonna move up, and then the Apple will come under pressure. It's a very controlled, very well engineered market. Okay, when you really dig deep inside technicals, you're gonna see a lot underneath the surface, kind of like how everything kind of actually moves, you know? It's just like, and then you're under the impression thinking like, well, um, S&P is ripping 17, 18, 19%, but why these stocks are struggling? You know, it's like a split market. It's just like how everything is like they're gonna drop two of them, hold the third one to make up the difference, then the other two rallies, and then the third one that's been waiting for that one will run its course. You know, sooner or later, I mean, the stock is gonna be due for the it's gonna get a sell signal anyways. I know that. You know, it's I don't know how long it's gonna go. It can go up another 5, 10% or so if Apple can manage to go up. It's up 9% for the year, right? So you can go up another 5%. But it's gonna be due for a sell signal regardless. It's gotta run this course. You cannot have another buy to buy anyways. So it's just like this is why like these 100 stocks here is just it's the most important stocks, you know? So SPG, Google, I've not looked at them. EMR has it. I've been watching this one. I'm just look at that. Ugh, this thing is gonna break, is gonna go. I don't know if it's just gonna end the year going sideways because it was under a sell signal that just since what August. It's been look at the chart, man. This is a nightmare. Imagine stuck in a position on option. Just I don't even where are you going with that? You know? So it's just um if it makes a move up higher, I mean, we'll go right about that. BK. Look at this. Look from here. Ugly chart. Micro, yeah, Caterpillar's been a strong stock. Almost double. This one had a buy signal here on a weekly time frame, but on a daily had a sell signal. So yeah, this thing BlackRock didn't really kind of amazed. Like if you look at Wells Fargo, Citibank, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all of those banks had ripped really hard this year, right? And then you look at this BlackRock, actually they're the largest one anyways, and over $11 trillion in assets. Um, and look, is barely up along with Berkshire Hathaway as well. That one is struggling this year as well, right there. See, very, this is, I'm kind of watching some sort of like a bear flag against the first decline, you see? It's a big percentage decline here on the first initial drop. Mm, this, see, for 15 weeks, 16 point. So, I don't know. I would put it somewhere around here, kind of like two measured moves. Distance travel here to this, if it breaks. So it has to crack this. That's a that's a pretty big dip right there. I think it's the biggest one right there going all the way up. And a sell signal here, so on a weekly time frame. Mickey Mouse, we're already in. So in a zone first zone, which is this, if it clears, this is a zone two. So if the zone two breaks, then we'll project the upside. Until then, this is this is what you're going to be watching until we reach this point. Okay. And then from there, then I will run the upside firm projections and stuff, you know? Because every time when you have a correction, then you get the buy signal, you have to work through the retracement levels first until you look at the upside. So then we'll open more upside to see how it goes. So we'll see. Got a long way to go. Weekly swing is up, got a buy signal, and validation is clear here. So we'll see. Got plenty of time. Weekly signal, I don't sit and babysit them every single day anyway, so care less. Could be down 2, 3 sessions, who cares? I'm just looking at weekly bar. Week was up 2%, that matters. Let it work out overtime. And Jen, I mean, here the thing is that if you take in a trade and if the trade kind of like goes quite a bit next week, it can happen, but it all depends how fast the trade moves. And if you wanted to cash it out, you're free to do so. Okay. You don't have to marry to the trade as well either. I don't know what is your risk tolerance and how you look at things and what you're trying to achieve. And I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I personally trade. Well, I have to take different, but I do like most like 100 delta trades on these option on weekly side. So mostly I keep them around like 100 deltas. 100 on this, 100 on Boeing. So when Boeing goes up 10 points, well, that's like $1,000 right there. So that's most of, I mean, that my risk is $600, $700. Depends where I got in and what my red line shows. That will be my simple math. I always keep 100 deltas on the weekly signals. I'll buy shares as well on my other account and just go from there, you know. Signal is valid and just it's a good company and if it holds, it holds. A lot of people are talking about Boeing. Sorry, Boeing for next year. I've heard a couple guys came yesterday on CNBC They're talking about Boeing there. It's like a lot of people are betting on a turnaround story for 2026. So it's testing this 217. The next hurdle is 228. So this is a first zone. I mean, if you just wanted to capture the 2 weeks of an up which is up, um, if you wanted to say like, hey, I wanted to cash it out, then you're out. And then don't try to be cute going back into a trade again, because it's going to be very difficult to get into an entry again. Unless you get lucky if the price reverses right back here, then you can pick it up again. But then anytime that you cashed it out, then you're going to get yourself into a much higher entry. Yeah, don't do that. Once you're out, you're out. It's very hard to get back in. You want to get in as quick this thing fires. I don't just like anything comes in here, like get in right away. You have so much time, like you know. So I don't know. I'm just thinking. GD is a sell signal. Goldman Sachs is still going. Look at that, 58% from here. Meta had a buy. This is a fake move up till here. There is absolutely this move from here to here. This entire wick right there is a fake print. There were no bids here. Meta looking a little promising. Now I gotta have to connect this one because oh, you're not be able to get it has to work his way out. That was flat for the week. It's just most of these made a 13% for the year. I mean, it's just most of them are just killing time. Just right at the end of the year. Same thing here. Down 2.41%. This one is hesitating, I think, at a 78.6% retracement now of this swing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 195. Yeah, buddy, this is where the decision gets made. All this right there. That's your last resort, anyways, against this high. This. Sky back, so it's been, yeah, the 78.6 is, yeah, you gotta clear this first to hope for this high to get taken out. But this is still under sitting under the sell signal here, so it made a pretty nice reversal back to the upside for the last 5 weeks. Up 12% for the year, just rebounded back up. Now it's gonna have to fight this thing up. If it invalidates, well, then it's gonna continue to the upside. Well, then it's gonna be due for a sell again. So this thing has been going for a long time. I thought screen is kind of from here. So the any dip is gonna come, you gotta watch. This is the largest one. Okay. 59.29. So any correction that comes next. Why you cannot even duplicate it here? So duplicate by strings. See? Whatever the case is. So I don't use them with the software. It's just 40. Try to match those two. Stop. What's a percentage? 59. Something is not right. It's just not. It just. I got to do it on optimal. It'll be much better. Yeah. So any dip right there, gotta make sure it stays. Smaller than the prior one. That's it. I mean, EXPs. I don't know what the hell is going on with this mic. Time to get a new one. What she's asking, 30/70 when you want to put a hedge on for stock 70, you're doing. I mean, I'm just giving you like, if you want to do the hedges on, I mean, the hedging on the weekly side is the, this sucks up a lot of margin, so it gets kind of a little tight on 100 grand window, for the $70,000 or so. So, I mean, those are the ones you basically, if you're trying to ride a buy signal up till to a certain point, just cash it out and just move on, you know, holding those older position in a smaller account and then trying to hedge. Yeah, your margin is not gonna, you're not gonna have enough capital to do it. So just just ride the signal up as long as it goes, and then you don't have to deal with hedges. You have a clear invalidation on a signal, just cash it out. That's it. You're out. Once the sell signal will hits and it's gonna run that course, and then there's gonna be another buy comes in, then buy again. So you just keep doing the same thing. Yeah, hedging on a 60, $70,000 account is very tough. This if you are doing a regular debit spread, a put debit spread, that's different. If you're doing a call credit spread, no, it's not gonna it's not gonna really gonna work. So yeah, long if you're doing a long dated spread leaps, I mean, well, it has expiration as well, and and we'll see how it if it goes. Like you see the Lulu, right? Remember Lulu had a buy signal the week before they reported earnings. And then this pop this move right there was the Elliott management took the stake here. So it's working, right? So the buy signal triggered here on the 24th on this weekly bar. And this is the earning move right there. And this is the one that it had. So the Elliott management took a stake here, and now it had an inside week, right? So it's been rallying for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. So how far does it go? Well, absolutely nobody knows that, but it is a valid signal. So from here, it's sitting here so far, right? So let's see. We take this high first to this low. There you go. 221. We can take this high. Stop my hand here to this. So now we have our zones from two swing points. So we tested 221. So the first zone is this. Okay. So where this is gonna find the most resistance is here. So this is gonna be actually the first is actually here, right? So I'll change this to pink. So now we have a first zone. This is where you have a 221 peak to trough fib. This pivot low of the first swing down, low was 226. So the first zone is 221 and 226. That's exactly where the price just backed off. Broken, broken support, which was here, will always act as a resistance on the way up. And then from here, if this thing holds, and if it clears this, that would be the first zone that is gonna now is trying to get some upside from here. This. Okay. Here. So really then the other ones will come. So we need to get rid of all the other ones. We don't need that. So we're not gonna keep the 50. And then anything over 50 we just don't need for now. Of all these. This is like um, the basic oops, I don't even know which one I had. The okay, so I have this. This is like the newbie stuff that I'm doing. No, it's not gonna go up too far. Yeah. This entire trade, these are your targets to the upside. Yeah. So zone one, zone two, and zone three. That's your upside. That's it. You're not worried about anything. It's just it's the main game is from here now. So these are the top targets. So zone one, zone two, zone three. So 221, 226, 243, 260, 291, 295. Because you got these moving averages are coming down as well. So they're gonna face resistance. This thing just got beaten down so much, down 45% year to date. I don't know if it's just a dead cat bounce here or if it's gonna roll over again. Who knows? Who knows? But what can happen? I mean, anything can happen. But as long as this thing is valid, well, it depends how far it goes. It might just go all the way back up here to a 400. We absolutely don't know. It looks like the new CEO, the Elliott management that was reading about it, they are betting on the new CEO of Lululemon. So we'll see how it goes, you know. So they put I don't know billion or so into the stock. So that's the story on Lulu from here. PayPal is so well ugly right now. I don't know if it's gonna hold this one. Amish, then we have Coin. That's a disaster. See, they all sit under the sell signal here. I'm gonna buy them. I mean, I will buy Coin for sure, but just I'm not touching it. Every Monday I look at them. There's nothing there, nothing there. Not gonna. No, I'm just not gonna open anything, you know. So MSTR is a the last one. I don't even know where the low is. Okay. So the thing is this that even the fact that if it managed to find a low anywhere, it's gonna fail right here at this area at 231 anyways. I see some serious resistance here. But it's just a matter of where is the floor? Is it this? We don't know. It's gonna come down even more. You absolutely don't know. Once we'll have a buy signal here, it will. I know it will at some point, but I don't know when. Because it's been sitting under a sell signal for a very long time, since 411 price, since July 28th. We're right into the end of the year now. So whenever if it's gonna find this and you know, and then we'll try to play a move from somewhere around here to this area. So nothing there yet. It's just it's not gonna move. You know you need a buy signal to stay buy on a weekly side, and then that buy triggers on a daily time frame. Those they run side by side. Then when you're gonna see a value and everything picks up. So I don't know what the low is. I mean, we could run some extensions and stuff here. Take this high to this low to this. 145 is the 100%. So it looks like that's what we're looks like it's gonna hit 145. It's almost close to it. So we do this. That was 1757. And then, oh yeah, it's almost there. It's 17 bars, 311. Yeah, it's just, this is getting pretty close. Yeah, I gotta watch this 145. I think it has probably has one more week or so. I mean, I'm not, there's no guarantee it's gonna fail, but it's this one, this area right there should give at least some sort of a bounce. It's at 158 down 3.65 down 45. Jeez, this quarter took a massive beating. 50% for this quarter alone. Well, keep in mind this con man, he's selling shares as well. Okay, so he's dumping as well. So it's just gonna be a very so any upside. the U. This will be the zone right there too. The evil target. But you see right there, these moving average, they're just bending down. It's a very weak stock. Very, very weak stock. So I got a channel throw over here as well. So from that low. It just kind of gives you a pretty good sign if you had a throw over here when the upside will resume. You're gonna see the same action back up there, but it's got a lot of work to do. But we need one of these. So hold your horses and wait. I'm watching the same thing on Bitcoin as well. I said, I just wait for the weekly signal to come. At least it's gonna give us some upside. Until then, it's a tough to fight. You know, there's the potential here. Watch this 145 area, 150, 145. We can just do this. There. So much. We made a new low yesterday by a wick. Uh, yeah. I have a pretty good feeling is this area right there is gonna hold for a bounce. Well, that bounce will be just a short-lived bounce, kind of this. So watch this right there. So, so your trade structure actually from here to target this. Well, that's not gonna be, it's not gonna happen that fast anyways because there's no buy signal here. But at least for price to get back inside the channel, so you need to see a weekly close inside the channel because you had a throw over here now. So you're trying to went back inside here. See, so this one closed outside. This was outside. This one went right there, poked right there to the channel resistance, right? Backed off again because it closed 2 times, 2 weeks, okay? 2 weekly close were outside the channel. So this third week right there made another low. So the prices keep making lower lows. That's the disaster. It needs to stop making the low for like a week or two. So every week there's a new low here against this. There's another low right there. And then from there, you see this attempt right there, try to see the price can get back inside, reject it again. Then made another low. Then this week made another low. So this sucker is like making every week a new low. That's why because it took so much beating this quarter. So the sign is for a low is you need a big wick, you know. Some of these like this, you see like these, and then you leave something up on the top like this. You need that kind of a flush. See, just not, it's slow drip, makes a low, and then it just kind of keep making lower lows, lower lows, lower low. You see, you just do none of these weekly candles here, okay? From here, you see, doesn't have a big, huge wick, except this one, the doji. See, the entire move down is a very steady decline. This is a 100% confirmed weakness, but it's gonna put a low somewhere. So you need like a huge kind of like a wick, like some of these, you see? And you got a little bit of body left, and then from there the price is trying to then came right back up. But it was well, I don't know. So we'll see. Keep an eye on this one, 145, 155 in this area. only 10 points. So to this, which is 200, that's the swing high here. So I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even do this. I would even make this. That's too far. This. That's the upside against this, the downside box. The 10 points to make this. But again, you're trying to play this move without any confirmation because you're a FOMO trader, that's all. So that's the you're gonna buy 8, 9 months worth of a time. Yeah, you might get lucky. Might something will turn around. But anything short term, absolutely not. Yeah, this they needs to stop making these lows. Then just get one quick good flush and then that's it. Ranking sitting at 1. So weak. It's pretty impressive that it is having an inside year. You know that? Look at this yearly bar. STR. With all the beating that it took for that inside year. See? For all the beating it took. That's the high right there for the 2024. That was a low. We had a monster year last year. And this year right there had made a new low. I mean, it did made a new high. And then this is actually a first inside year since since the low. So look at that. So from peak to trough right there. So you had all higher bars, got a pullback, went up this and this. Haven't even had, see, the stock was just due for an inside year. You never even had it since the low. Just I know it's on like on a paper it looks really bad because it's been down like 50% year to date. But look at the size of this one. That was 1,137% move range of 2024. So from 1,137% range, you give back 71 so far out of this. You know? So technically, it's not as bad. I know on a paper it looks bad, you know? So it's always like, yeah, I think this 145, 150 this is the area this thing is gonna stop the bleeding. But we need more confirmation. So this area right there. So next year now for a higher bar, it needs a 457. For this year high was 457. So we have an upside here. See how easy to do it here as compared to Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is so cheap software, man. It's a joke. This is, yeah, it's gonna have an inside here. Coin, I think. Doing the same thing. The coin had a higher bar. That's why this thing is not. It's not puking that much compared to MSTR. Plus, it's new. See, coin made a new high. See? So now this stock right there has a double top at 429, right? So ending the year with a doji. Okay, so at 238, it was down to 138 this year. So that's your upside against this downside. That's it. This is going to be the game for the next year. That's your upside zone. That's your downside zone. Against this. This is the doji. So that's always a tricky candle. So right there in the middle. So the next year plan for the coin is this is a support zone. This is the upside zone. That's the downside. So yeah, that's your range for next year for the coin. Doesn't even have a swing because stock is too new. Okay, there you go. So just a neutral stock right now. Okay. So you had a 2 down years, okay, of 92%, and you have two up years with 1,309, 2 years, B2. So you have B2 and B2, 2 bars down, 2 bars up. I was sitting right into that neutral zone with the doji because of the overall weakness in Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin story will turn around. This is a better bet than MSTR, you know? So because this stock doesn't is not as leveraged as MSTR. MSTR is a fraud. At least this stock doesn't have that. So it made a new high here, and now because this is right there's a double top that backed off with the wick. So Bitcoin story has to turn around for the coin to follow because it will need an extra year to confirm the upswing anyways. Because you had two down, now you had two up. You need another one anyways, B3. Your upside swing must be greater in time and price anyway. So this is a better bet for next year in the Bitcoin side. Yeah, you need another higher bar because we're equal right now. You see B2 and B2 started from here. So from here you have a double top, two equal measured swing with time, not with the price, of course. Price always going to be rally more, but with time though. But we need to have one more, um, one more higher bar. The upside cannot be shorter than the downside swing. It doesn't work. If it is, then we're looking at going back right there to if this is going to be the two and two, and then because it doesn't have enough price. The stock is what 3, 4, 5 years old. It's only 5 yearly bars. At least on the MSTR side, you have quite a bit of history here. So you have a B2 here, B13, 5, 4. That's why it's stuck right there with the inside bar. It needs another higher bar. Okay. Come on, do it. Stop. What's going on? It needs another. It needs another swing to the upside. You have 5. These are yearly bars. I'm showing you the entire year of price action on one single bar. So this is just like you position yourself for the whole year. You had a 13 here, you have a 5 down, so you have 4 years to the upside on that swing right there. This is having an inside ear. This can be a turnaround story, you know, but I just taking a beating, that's all. Had a pretty rough year here as well, back in 2022. That one was, so this one is 66. That was 76. Yeah, this stock had nothing that much to surprise why the stock is down. 68 here, so this just was crazy volatile stock. 89 here. So we have 89 at the lows, 68, 76, and we're at 66. So that's what I said. If we do one, I can stop. See 150. This area 145. I think I drew 140. If I can stop right there, you see, at 145, put you to that 68 range. So with this area right there, gotta watch this. I think it's gonna hold this to give some sort of bounce from here. Oh, it's a key. It's a pretty key support coming down with the range as well. So I, you know, I'm, I can pick bottoms, right? I've done it many times. There's many ways you can look with to see where the bleeding will stop. But that doesn't mean that there's going to be your official low is when you have an actual buy signal. That's when you can say like, okay, yes, now the low is confirmed because now you have the clear confirmation. Right now you're just assuming, thinking like, yeah, the price might stop here. But that stop here, if one session the stock popped 20 points, that doesn't mean the low is in. So you still need that confirmation, either from a daily side or from the weekly side. Your confirm um, 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 your confirmed buy signal is always going to be come from a weekly side, not on a daily. I will tell you that for sure. Weekly confirms the low, not the daily. So I talk about Bitcoin and stuff. I said, just wait for the weekly bar. That's it. Weekly signal is gonna come. We're gonna go in. You see, they're gonna get all the ones we just looked at them. They're due for a buy. Okay, in the coming weeks. So it happens only on Monday. Nothing happens in between. So nothing is gonna come on Wednesday my way or something. It's only on Monday. So be active in the first hour of every week on Monday is when I open most of the trades on Monday anyway. So based on this one, I'll buy shares and make some whatever. If I'm in a position that I'm gonna get hit with a sell signal, then I need what I need to do. So hang on, hang on one sec. So you're gonna go see Sal? Yeah, Dunya, you just go see him. He's gonna give the sticker. Then tell him that he's gonna call him. He's gonna come and get the keys. Um, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I just was gonna because I'm working on some of these and here with uh, this. Okay, this is the entire the 21 stocks. This is on a yearly basis, so just let me show you what I mean by that. Um, so this swing is down and this one. So when, here's Boeing. Now here's the thing about Boeing. You see, that's the Boeing high right there, right? This is a long wick that Boeing had back in 2020 low. That was COVID. That had an inside year, lower year, higher bar, lower bar, and another lower bar. Okay. So that's all. So for the next year, Boeing needs this 242 number. Okay. So you mark this one. So we need that 242 high. So then we'll have a higher yearly bar. Stock is sideways for 3, 4, 5, 6 years now, since 2020. Okay. I don't think it is a cannot make a triangle. I was looking at them because I was gonna show it to you. Cannot make a triangle here is because this E wave low is lower than this. So that doesn't work. Okay. So This is some sort of a complex we could do, whatever the case is, and as weekly is different. It's gonna change everything. See, weekly you're gonna see a lot more price action here. So the bottom line is this, that this trade that we're in, okay, so it's up five so far, which is fine. But this is the resistance it's gonna face here at 226 anyways. So it's approaching a pretty, it's the resistance zone right there. Okay. This is where it took this a 21% decline from this high, right? And this is the high that it will need for this year, for next year, sorry, right? To have a higher yearly bar. So it's due for one because it's been chopping around for 6 years for a long time. So this is the bet they're willing to make. So as long as this holds, this right there, 242, okay, is the one needs to break. This break, that's gonna have a clear shot to 260. I can, Boeing is pretty good with fibs as well, so it needs to take out this high. It's kind of a clear shot right there, 260. So we'll see, how it works, but it's coming up here. That's why I draw these zones. So you have this first zone that we're testing this to see what happens here. And then if it's kind of like trying to work his way up from here, yeah, that's gonna be nice. So Boeing is one of the setup that pops on that yearly thing. This one right there is the one that needs to defend next year. BDX, it needs to take out this 251 next year because remember the third defensive bar I always talk about? Because it's going to fight the third year, right? Because it doesn't want to print three lower bars in a row. Okay. So this is on a smaller time frame, does look like some sort of a flat. So your target for this stock, BDX, is 251. That's the target. Right now is at 196. Right now. Yeah, so you got pretty nice up. It's an outside reversal bar. But the next year in 2026, when the new yearly bar will open, so I don't know how many months, weeks is it gonna take, but it has to break this 251 to save the swing. You don't have a third one. If it goes down, takes out this low of 2025, then the swing will it will turn down. Yeah, third week is like this one right there, BG right there. You see, has a three swings down. That's a confirmed downswing now. So you have a one, two, three. I mean, the only way this thing can reverse is the next year the bar opens and it rips all the way back up here to 128. Then the swing will turn back up. It needs to take out this high now. I don't think it's going to be that easy because look at the resistance here. This. So it's not going to be an easy task with this for me unless company thing, changes, whatever. I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen. Once one huge bar, full reversal. I mean, you're looking for from almost like 63, 70% move for the year, for next year. I don't even know what company is that. There's another one here. This one's already down anyways. Look at this huge outside bar. Last 4 years are just CVX right there now has a confirmed downswing. 3 years in a row is making lower lows. Dexcom right there. Dexcom swing is still up. Yeah, he's not giving up that third year yet. So he had a down bar here, higher bar, outside bar, lower bar. You see, it's not given that 3 years in a row. So this doesn't count from here. So it will count from then to, and now next year, if Dexcom make a new low at below 54, then the swing will flip to the downside. You need three in a row. So you have two now. This is confirmed now. GPC. Look at this. It's crazy. This is up. So you got one, two. You see, this is going to be a defensive year now. So you have one outside bar that count as a one bar. Second year down, 2 bars. And now the third one is going to have to fight this year high. Lululemon is the same thing. Lululemon is a good bet to make. You see Lululemon right there? Lululemon had two yearly bars now, 2024 and 2025. Right now it's at 208. So for this stock to reverse for next year, it needs to take out 423. If it's not going to take out 223, it might end the year with the inside year. Because if you look at through from 2029, it didn't had a one single inside year ever since. I mean those black bars. So this is going to be Lululemon is going to be interesting year for this stock. It's down 45, which is fine. It already made a lower low, right? But not this third year of 2026 is going to be a defensive year because it's gonna fight that third bar because it doesn't want to, if it comes down below 159 again next year, and then it will confirm the 3 years of weakness. The swing will turn down. 3 year stock, the swing turns down in a yearly time frame. I mean, it's gonna be very, very hard for swing to flip back up. Those are very weak buys. Same thing here with two down. What is Lambest and LW? So your resistance on this one is here now, 50 against 39. So that's your room on this one. So next year it has to take out this 67.92 to save this swing now. That's back to back 2 years in a row. Took a huge beating. There's two now for this one as well. MCHP. I think there's some semi stock or something. So it has to fight his life next year as well against this high, 77. So these are the stocks that they have. Their swings are up, but they had two down bars so far. So that's why I ran that scan. So these are the stocks they're gonna fight real hard next year. See, there's only 21 of them for the whole year out of as for the 500. They've been down for 2 years, but they're trying to be. They're gonna be fighting for their life then 20 next year because they don't want to do another three bars down in a row. So this MDLZ is the one. So I'm looking at this stock here as well. So right there, it's coming pretty close to this price. So no confirmed yet. So Work. It's another one. See, outside bar. Huge bar here. That's a bullish bar anyways. It's a huge hammer. Bullish setup right there. Hasn't even closed yet, so one and two, you see, this is a work is in a good shape. NUE right there, New Core, that's a steel company. I got those shares working. So it's gonna be the same thing for this. That's why I bought these ones. It's working. So it's a huge steel company, so gonna work his way up. So it's gonna be the same. Right now, he hasn't closed yet. So I think the stock has upside. So clear three-way move. Oh, to 200. 174. Now we can run these two if everything goes 180, 203. That's the all-time high, 203. 180, this would be 180, 203 to 231. So hoping that we can next year can this thing can hold up. There's another one here on ON. It is actually sitting here for a breakout anyways. Right there. This one. So this has to fight this high here anyways. This one, this high. It's gonna go, I think. It's just you can do yeah, as I say, right at 61.8% retracement. I still gotta fight this 59.55. That's gonna be this. Plus you got these two moving averages here. Oh boy. That's the wall sitting here. This one. Near 60. Yeah, you gotta break this to hope for this 63 to come into a play. Something to watch. Had a confirmed buy signal here, but the last 3 weeks are just nothing. So it's just a watch for next week as next year as well. Pepsi is another one. Okay, 2 down years. So Pepsi needs to fight 160 next year. Ulta back to back is outside bars, so Ulta will be okay. It's still sitting at all-time high. That counts it. That's crazy. Back to back. Win. Ending the year with the outside bar. So, and this one. ZBH. Zimmer Biomet. So it needs to fight 111, 114. Something is going to come in this stock. A feeling. And so these are the only 21 stocks on they have to fight for their life, for next year. Not that many. They're very different kind of a scan setup that I use. Let's see. I got Boeing. Okay, fine. We'll see how the Boeing plays. It's been okay. It's been playing out. It's fine so far. We'll see how far it goes. Nothing really. That's it. I mean, not that many too much scans. Quiet week. Not let's see, only 24 stocks in the S&P. Just not as much. You are. We have Boeing. I took Disney already. So these are the ones have at least have a confirmed um, buy signal. Rest of them I already looked them up. Nothing really. The CCL I think is already buy here now. I looked this one up here. So this one is 23 Carnival. So that's a three-wave. Oh, backed up with a double top and open 127, 1618. That would be the upside from there. All the other ones. Rotation definitely looks good. Yeah, not bad. GEV. I think I already looked at there's nothing here. Just it's making a new high. Yeah, stock was sideways for a long time. Good, just literally went sideways. Kind of like the S&P. You done up. See, same thing. I think this is the fifth wave right there. That's it. It's we're gonna have some volatility next year because the wave two is gonna come. You know, that wave two. I mean, A, B, and C. 17.82 quarter, month, week is yeah. Well, next year we're gonna have some action. I don't know. I mean, going into a mid-year, midterm, cannot time that thing though. JP Morgan. It's not, I mean, these are all the 500. Too many. I just 500 just becomes too messy. Let me know cut it down to. Yeah. Yeah, Boeing and Disney are just the both two lines up really well now with the RRG and a signal, and they should be okay. They're rotating up. You see, they should be okay on these two. So position fine for now. We'll see what else comes in. So, so I always have so like these ones because their rotation is improving, right? But as I'll always watch them closely, like KKR, you got a buy signal here, BAM right there. And like some of these stocks, then you're not gonna have the buy signal here that confirms, I should buy some shares in this one Monday, right there. Confirm buy signal rotation looks, looking good. Run your retracements right away from this high to this low, this high to this low. Now we got our zones we need to target. Take those ones off. Clean up the mess. Oops, we did this one. We gotta clean up this mess. Okay, so where we have our zones. We have two of them now to work with, so we only cleared this to this, so backed off. Okay, so we don't even need this anymore. We need to build the third one up. So in this case, one, two. Brookfield Asset Management. If this, then the stock is flat for the year. Reset modes. Confirm weekly swing is up. Inside week. So I buy a lot of these weekly signals. What I'm gonna do is one, and then two. That's it. So these are the hurdles we gotta clear to work your way up here. Then when you get here, then you gotta fight this high. From this high, then you open the upside. Until then, no. It's gonna take several weeks for the trades to play out anyways. Like especially like when you end up going to an inside week, well then there's nothing to do. So GPM, I mean it's all dependent on signal. I mean how far they go. They all due for a pullback. They all really, they all gonna get hit with a sell signal at one point. Yeah, I mean, does they have these stocks have upside? Of course. I mean, look at this correction, it's just working its way up. We can run right there, 328. JPM, how does it look on oops, that really looked like a beast. There was a setback here. Eh, Here. I mean, I mean, it has some extensions. A strong stock. This one is in a Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is another one. Uh, the only stock that I own, financial. Yeah, double inside year right there. That's what happens. See right there? When we talk about the shark pattern, that explodes. There's a shark pattern here as well. That went down. That went down hard this year. It's a very powerful pattern, this one, called shark pattern. This thing is. Let me see if there's any shark pattern on a yearly. God, I cannot. Do I even have that? Let's see. Oh, there's two of them. I do it on the S&P. Oh, I did it on the 200. Oh, it already showing because it was okay. Already happened. This one. You see, two inside here, a huge dip down. Two inside here. See, huge leg down. They're very powerful pattern. Let me do it on bigger time frame. Need this. They don't come that often on the S&P. Okay. How am I doing a last bar? The last bar is always it's gonna pick up the current year. Okay, that's fine. Change this. So do a year. This one down, down. Look at that. This thing is gonna pop next year hard. It's already. I need to change that. See, already had happened because it wasn't outside bar, higher bar. I'm looking for these two black. That's oh damn. This is going to a 30 year. Oof. This, let's see. Two down, two down. I need to change the I want to do a last bar. I want to do last year. Bar. It's gonna show a current bar here. Okay, it's pulling up the current. Gonna be too many with everything. Yeah, these are already. Let me do a last bar 1 month. Because they go into a monthly as well. See, you already got a big pop right there. See these two inside month, huge month. Same thing with FCX. Had a monster month to the upside. Okay. Very unique patterns. You're not going to be able to find it after run scans. You can't sit and hunt for these bars. Yeah. Same thing with the week as well. That, hey, that's on that already happened. I don't think they update the data yet. That's why it's not showing. Yeah. They haven't updated the crazy how price moves sometimes, huh? Different patterns. Double inside there. They're all. That was yesterday. There's so much speed. Over the year. Picked up so much speed on this. I mean, I forgot about all. I used to label like this on Elliott wave. Tick tick, like I'm just so used to the software now. It's just grabbing whatever I need from the top. Boom, just a quick scan, and like move on. This is three of them now. Wow, 3 days in a row. Consultation brand took a dip yesterday. And these are very short term daily setups. Well, S&P got no buy sell signal yet, even on daily time frame. Made a new high 69.45. That was the high that it was October 29, right? October 29, back to back down to November 21st. This ABC. Went all the way back up, backed off here, got the resistance here, and then we finally made a new high from the last 2 days. This day, this. So we had 4 bars to the downside, now it has 6. This confirms the length, which is 3.4 against 2.7, 4 days against 6 days. You see, now you have a price and a time confirms the upside breakout. So where do I go? Where do we go from here? Well, broken resistance acts as a support on the way down, which is going to be 69.20. Upside extension is 69.80. Okay, so any Santa Claus rally, if it's going to come into a play, that will be that. If not, we'll just dance around sideways just to kill the time, just to end the year. So we have, well, 3 days to go. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to end the year. The market is closed on the first. So January 2nd is when the market opens, which is Friday. Then you have 2 more days, Saturday, Sunday again, the market closes. So you see, like, we're right into that holiday season, and I'm just what we have done for the year. I mean, it's pretty much done anyways, which I already knew 2 weeks ago. We're just going right into that thin volume time, and a lot of these big players are not even on their desks. So just can we back off for a day or two? Yeah, it's possible. But timing wise and stuff, it's looks fine. So timing looks good. Swing is up. I mean, we can throw a band around it. That one goes up to 7,000 as well. So yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing bearish here anyway. So I don't even know what can be a bearish if the price is making new highs. Unless you think that price is gonna stop somewhere. Well, I don't know. Hmm. Look at this one here. Michael Burry of Big Short fame said by Bitcoin is not worth anything. Sure. It's the tulip bulb of our time. Yeah. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon said the same thing as well when Bitcoin was 20 bucks. And now he realized now all these banks are in. These are the same banks, okay? All of them. And I remember that. They were saying that this thing worth zero. Now all of these banks are into a crypto now after that many years. Because they were afraid. They were they're afraid that, oh yeah, one day this thing might get regulated. If it's gonna get regulated, then how are we gonna then people's not gonna keep their money in their banks. It will be all digital. They have no deposits. How they gonna survive? A bank is gonna make money. They're making money on your money. That's why all these banks were so against Bitcoin. So of course you gotta go out and tell to the public that this is a rat poison. You know, it's just it's a pretty big comedy show. Seriously, this financial market. People's opinions are the ones that cost most traders the most money every single year. Tons of people, I bet you, they're probably sitting short, hoping, trying to fight the top. And they've been shorting this entire thing and then just keep ripping in your face. There's tons of people, I'm pretty sure, they probably call like, oh, 69.20 because the price is, it's this kind of a nightmare. It's gonna break eventually anyways. Double top, triple top. Pff, on the S&P 500, it's gonna break. It's just a matter of time. When? Well, I don't know that, but it's gonna break. Yeah, S&P don't end the show with double, triple top. Those are. I like this. I like this stock. Yeah, so, oh, darn close. I know. There's a big ask to for this thing to fully rebound, but anything can happen. Yeah, I like this payment company. Why this thing is like this? I don't understand. What the hell is this? 81. We can get to at least. Okay, what else? Yeah, Palantir had a sell signal right now. If it invalidates, then we'll look for continuation, and it doesn't have a buy for this thing to rally back up. Just to keep in mind. If a stock had a buy signal that runs for such a long time, right? Then you get a sell signal, and if the price shows weakness and if it rebounds, right? And if it rebounds and if it takes out this high right there, so it means the sell signal failed, correct? And the price made a higher high. And then it's going to run its course. But then keep in mind that the sell signal which got invalidated once, the second time is going to come again. Okay? So it has to run that course, meaning for several weeks or so. This is only down for 1 week from here. And it rallied up for 5 weeks. I mean, stock can just, I mean, a lot of this upside from the bottom, like, we have such a, like, the stock can just go sideways, can just go like, you know, in a range like this. Just put a box around like this. It can just stay range bound. You got a huge move up. Now you just stay, now you go sideways for several weeks and several months. But the range has nothing to do with what where the invalidation is of the stock, which is this. This high must hold for this to play out. So now the next would be this. If this is an ABC move. So this is going to be the A, this is going to be a deeper B, and there's going to be a C. So then from here, if it gets another new buy signal, and then look for more for the continuation, it just has to, it doesn't say buy here yet, which is basically what you're trying to do. You're just fighting this to see that if it invalidates, okay, fine, price can go here a little bit more up till here, right? So we can run extension, we can figure out to see what the upside looks like, and then from there is gonna be due for another one way or another. So there's not gonna be another buy. So whichever they are sitting under sell right now, they're gonna come with they're gonna have a buy. That's the same thing with Meta. Had a sell here, which was back at 929. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth week. After 9 weeks, and the buy signal triggered. So these mag sevens, they're fast. They're gonna run for a long time. When they're gonna hit from sell to buy, yeah, it's gonna be several weeks. 9 weeks is what? Oh boy. Okay. China will be imposing export restrictions on silver beginning in 5 days on January 1st. These restrictions will require special government licenses for silver export. Shanghai silver prices are now up to $85 an ounce, a $5 premium to spot prices in the US. This is crazy, man. This thing is gonna come down hard. I know, I can tell you that. This is a very well. This is well. There's many. Silver is crazy. It's gonna pull back hard. I know. There you go. Maybe this is the power right there of weekly signals. You guys don't know yet. The silver has a history of going parabolic. It makes metal. The metals make parabolic moves. See, in the past 20 years, silver has gone parabolic 3 times. And then in 2008, it was declined by 52%. 2011 was 22%, and 2020 was 11%. Um, the silver has a lot of industrial use. Gold isn't, gold, you can just store them. Easy. See, but uh, ounce of mhm, silver bar, how much is it? 100 ounce. Where's the bar? Okay, here you go. Damn, 8,000 now. Wow. This 100 silver troy ounce. Yeah, one of these. Yeah, this one. 83.54. Mm. You have 83.54. This is how many 500 pieces? Canadian coins. 42,000. Yeah, but no, you gotta get these 100. This, this 182. What is a 100-gram gold? This, so, so it's 82.94. Okay. Want to sell this to them. Hang on, I'm just checking something. What is a 100 ounce? Jeez, oh, come on, man. All coins, where are the bars? Here, 1 kg. Huh. So 74. Look at them. Look at the spread they make, man. It's crazy. So they will sell you for 82.94 and they will buy from you from 74.07. So they're making $887 on a 100 ounce bar. $887, that's how much they're making. So you buy from them and then you sell them back. You know, that's their spread. Should have done this. Oops. Filter doesn't even work. It's okay. Wow. Site is down now. That's great. You see the news just broke? Oh my God. Wow. Can't even get in now. Damn. These things are going crazy. That's an ounce. Yeah, I like bricks. I don't like these small coin stuff. 5 gram is 100. That's 20. 100 gram, 100. Didn't even have it. That's the kilo. 20. That's 10. Yeah, they don't even have 100. Because that's the most famous one. Buffalo. American gold buffalo. One coin. That's crazy. That's crazy. Buffalo coin. Just keep them. This one. That's 100 gram right there. This. So we see 199,999.9. Yeah, these are the ones there. This. 15,000. Yeah, you need like 20, 25 of them. That's it. Well, now you're buying gold when it's sitting all time high. That was the only thing that I ever heard from my from my wife when we were dating. He was like, "We need to buy gold." I was like, she's a real gold bug." Always. So I was gonna, and I teased her. I said, "I'm gonna sell it tomorrow." She's like, "No, I don't think so." You're a gold bug. Yeah, this is a real deal right there. That's 100 gram. Jeez, man, this thing is $15,000. Wow. Jewelry is other thing, but woman wears. I mean, on the back. It's a good site. I mean, they track. If you like, they have polls as well, meaning that if you can just buy the gold polls because a lot of people are afraid to keep gold. Where are you gonna keep them? You know, it's risky. So you can just instead of owning a physical gold, you can just buy the polls. The polls are just you invested in gold and um, this website they have a storage program as well, so they can store the gold for you. So obviously, I'm sure you gotta pay extra. It's always risky to where you're gonna keep them, or you're gonna get robbed or something. Then what? Yeah, a wall chain right there. Buy whatever, add, boom, that's it. Now you own it. Oh, they take payments in a Bitcoin as well. Okay. They don't have those anymore. They used to have those huge bricks that worth over $500,000 for one brick. Right there. This one. These ones. Yeah, you have to call them to get the price. These are the real heavy, big, huge bricks of gold. That's 400 ounce. Yeah, these are where are you gonna keep them? That's what they ought to call them for this. Some big heavy bricks. They don't have a lot of variety what they used to. Oh, okay, amen. Okay. Messing around. Let me see.